was Congressman Green, who approached the Masonic family about a year ago about this gathering and this important legislation. He spoke very passionately about the role of Prince Hall and who Prince Hall was as a man and a Mason. We felt it appropriate for this gathering to call upon the mother jurisdiction for Prince Hall Freemasonry to speak and to share with us a little about who Prince Hall was. So at this time, I call upon the Honorable Justin A. Petty, the Grand Master of the Most Worshipful Prince Hall Grand Lodge of Massachusetts. Please hear him.
Protocol having been established, greetings and good morning. Who was Prince Hall? None of us have ever seen Prince Hall, not even a picture of him. None of us ever heard the voice of Prince Hall. Given the choice, could we identify him? Prince Hall was the kind of individual who did not seek notoriety. He did not keep a diary. He did not leave notes or write an autobiography. He just went about his work, doing what he could to advance his people and his fraternity. Prince Hall was a visionary leader, a trailblazer, and a steadfast advocate for the rights of African Americans in a time when such aspirations were met with fierce resistance. Born into slavery in around 1738, he found his way to Boston, Massachusetts, where he would ultimately become a free man and a beacon of hope for many. His journey from bondage to freedom epitomizes the resilience and determination that characterized the African American experience. Let me try to paint a picture of this man with the little information we have. We, Prince Hall Masons, believe that Prince Hall was born sometime in 1738, possibly in September, where some say Africa, others say Barbados. We do not know for sure. Prince Hall married Sarah Ritchie on November 2nd, 1763. She died on February 26, 1779. Both she and Prince Hall are buried at Copp's Hills burying grounds in the north end of Boston. As we paint this picture of Prince Hall, this is where it begins, with his marriage and death of his wife. The next thing we hear of Prince Hall is when, 1 month after the Boston Massacre, he was given his manumission paper by William Hall. It stated that Prince Hall has lived with us for 21 years and served us well upon all occasions. The paper is very revealing, though, as it stated that Prince Hall is no longer to be reckoned a slave, but has always been accounted as a free man by us. After his manumission, he became a leather dresser and had a business near the old Massachusetts State House. It was there that he met many of the outstanding citizens of Boston and elsewhere. And it was there that he found that many of these men were Masons. We learned from bills of sale, now held by the Massachusetts Historical Society, and other records, that some of those men were John Hancock, Joseph Warren, Jeremy Belknap, and Dr. William Bentley. From 1770 to 1775, we have no records of Prince Hall except an occasional bill for work he had done. He was not able to gain any ground publicly, at least in his quest for equal treatment for blacks in Boston. This should not be a surprise. Who would listen to a lone black voice? How could he get the populace to hear his plea? On March 6, 1775, Prince Hall and 14 other men of color, with the assistance of an Irish military lodge, became Freemasons on Castle William Island in Boston Harbor, and it was at this point that Prince Hall began to make inroads in his desire to create opportunities for blacks. When the military lodge left, they were granted a limited permit to meet as a lodge, perform Masonic rituals, and march on St. John's Day. This lodge, African Lodge Number 1, would later become African Lodge Number 459, working under a charter which we still possess today and which was granted by the Grand Lodge of England in 1784. And it served as a cornerstone for what we now know as Prince Hall Freemasonry. He was a proponent for the abolition of slavery, which is noted in his several petitions to the Massachusetts State Legislature in 1773, 1774, 1777, and 1778. Prince Hall also petitioned to start the first school for children of color. Here's a historical timeline of events. On July 3rd, 1776, yes, one day before the American Declaration of Independence, African Lodge Number 1 was organized with Prince Hall as the worshipful master. On January 13, 1777, he petitioned the legislature to free all slaves in Massachusetts. On July 3, 1777, he petitioned George Washington to permit blacks to enlist in the Continental Army. On March 2, 1784, Prince Hall, as worshipful master of African Lodge Number 1, petitioned the Grand Lodge of England for a warrant or charter to organize a regular Masonic lodge, with all the rights and privileges thereunto prescribed. On September 29, 1784, the Grand Lodge of England issued a charter to African Lodge Number 459, the first chartered lodge of blacks in America. That charter